So this is a theory that I gave to AI. What's the connection? What is the connection between the Grand Canyon Goshen and the Tanakh relying on a complex, non-traditional theory, equating biblical Goshen, Eastern Nile Delta, and the Exodus route with America geographically reoriented the cardinal directions. North becomes east, west becomes north, south becomes west, to fit the Grand Canyon region as the Red Sea crossing point, essentially relocating the Exodus from Egypt to America's southwest to align with specific geological features, biblical descriptions, a theory unsupported by mainstream archaeologists but proposed by some alternative biblical researchers. This has been proposed by some alternative biblical researchers. It's already been proposed. I'm not the first one to come up with this meaning. Goshen, located in the eastern Nile Delta of Egypt, is a fertile region where Israelites lived before the Exodus, according to the Bible scholars and archaeologists. Red Sea crossing, Israelites traveled southeast from Goshen towards Sinai Peninsula, crossing the Red Sea of Reeds, likely the Gulf Suez. Now let's listen. If you read words in it, the proponents, this theory suggests a diabolical cold geographical shift in the biblical text, mapping ancient locations onto the North America, the Grand Canyon as the Red Sea, the vast deep canyons, which is dramatic walls and river, is reinterpreted as a parted Red Sea, a massive geological feature fitting descriptions of miraculous crossing Goshen, America. Under this reoriented ancient Goshen, Egypt, Eastern Delta might correspond to some fertile area in America, west or southwest, perhaps near where Colorado River. What does Colorado mean? What they share under this theory, geographically significant, both locations become points of divine intervention and pivoted moments in Exodus narrative. Water and wilderness has both. Both involve significant water bodies. Red Sea, Colorado River. Colorado means red, y'all. It means red. And desolate, expansive landscapes. Sinai, Grand Canyon, desert. So let's do this. See what it says here. In certain fringe alternative geographic theories which suggest that the Tanakh Hebrew Bible is based in ancient North America rather than the Middle East, proponents claim the Grand Canyon and the land of Goshen share a common identity as part of the same sacred landscape. Y'all, I'm just laying here because I slept all day, half of the day, because I had surgery, so I was asleep, so I can't go to sleep right now. So I was thinking, and this came to my mind. According to these theories, the geography is decoded by rotating the cardinal directions. North becomes east, west becomes north, to reveal parallels between America's Southwest and the biblical exit setting. Y'all, geographic transformation. In this framework, the West Coast is North America, is viewed as the biblical East, and the Colorado River is reinterpreted as boundaries similar to the Nile or Jordan. The Grand Canyon as a boundary. Proponents of this view often identify the Grand Canyon as a natural wall or wilderness that separates the land of Goshen from the Promised Land. In the Tanakh, Goshen was a fertile, protected region where the Israelites lived before the Exodus. Shared attributes. Both Goshen and Grand Canyon are described as a place of divine isolation of protection, Goshen being spared from the Egyptian plagues. Pastoral suitability. Goshen was chosen for its grazing land. Alternative theories point to the plateau region near Grand Canyon, such as Kabab Plateau, as the best of the land for livestock. Spillover connection. Some theories use the lake spillover geological model, which suggests the Grand Canyon was formed by sudden release of ancient lakes. To parallel the biblical parting of the Red Sea or the floods associated with the Nile. Note, this comparison support a pseudo-geographical theory such as Heartland theory and specific American-centric biblical interpretations that are not supported by mainstream, fuck mainstream, and are not supported by mainstream, fuck mainstream archaeologists and geological scientists. Traditions, scholars identify Goshen in East Nile of Egypt, but the original name for what y'all call Egypt is Mitzrayim. It's Mitzrayim. It's not Egypt. Egypt means land, means bondage, means slavery. It does not mean Mitzrayim. Like Mississippi and Missouri. So it sounds just like that. So, oh my goodness. So what else I was gonna look up? Just gonna go back. Because I was asking a lot of questions. That's what I got to this. Let's see. Well, Joseph was never in Joseph was never in Memphis. He never was in Memphis, y'all. He was in a city called On. Joseph was never in Memphis. He was in a city called On. It's a Tanakh, which was near Goshen. He was never in Memphis. Yes, based on the Tanakh, Old Testament, the ancient city of On was near the land of Goshen. Joseph himself did not necessarily live in Goshen, but he had direct personal connection to On through his marriage. Joseph connected to On. The book of Genesis recorded that Pharaoh gave Joseph Asenath, the daughter of Potipharah, a priest of On, as a wife. Joseph lived and worked as a high official Egyptian court, which would have been in a major city of On, Heliopolis, or the capital of Avarice, Ramses, located on Heliopolis. On was an important religious center. The city of the sun, located in the southern part of the Nile Delta near modern Cairo. Location of Goshen, the land of Goshen, where Joseph's family was settled, was a fertile pastoral region in the east. Y'all, it was in the east. Now, it was northeast where On was located. Where On was located. It was in the northeast, next to Canaan. Listen, proximity to areas were in the same general region of the eastern Nile Delta, with some sources suggesting that the city of was even considered the capital administrative district. Nome, that include Goshen. Goshen was located closer to the border of Canaan, and we all know where Colorado is located. Where is it located, y'all? Right next to where? The Grand Canyon. Which what's under the Grand? What's also under? What's under Colorado? Oklahoma, New Mexico, and the Grand Canyon. That's what's under Colorado, the land of Canaan. Oh my goodness. Makes it a convenient place for Joseph's family to settle while remaining close to him and the Egyptian seat of power. This, while Joseph was a prominent figure in the royal court, his family settled in a nearby but distinct region of Goshen, and his marital ties were with the priestly elite of the city of On. He was never in Memphis. He never lived there. Let me show you something. No, let's do this. Okay. Now you see that? Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so this, if you turn it like this, and so what we think is east is actually south. It has to go like this. This is east. This is north. This is actually what it looks like. This is the real map. Now look at it now. Now look at it now. Now, that is the Rocky Mountains where the Most High Yah showed me where the Promised Land is. This is why it's cold over here, because this is north. Remember, the Most High Yah said the north is always cold. Always got snow. So that's why it's always cold and having snow over here. Because we are really, y'all look at that. When you turn it the way it's supposed to be turned, they turned the map on us. And I proved that they turned the map on us. So what we think is north is actually not north. Now look. Now look at it from this point of view. Now look at it from that point of view. Now, this is where I live here. Well, you can see where I live right there. It's on the thing. Pinky pink. That's where I live right there. Okay, so y'all saying, yeah, I got it now. I fixed it. So it's telling you that it was at the northeast. This just shows you that Goshen and On was at the northeast. This is Egypt right here. This is Egypt. Egypt. Right here. I'm gonna touch it. Egypt. Right here. This is Egypt. Turn it back. This is Egypt. Now if we go up, right here, that's the Grand Canyon. Right there. Right there. That's Utah. This is where I live. All of this right here. What does that say? Aztec. See, that's Texas and Oklahoma under here. That's Egypt. Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma. Look at that. Y'all saying, yes, I got it now. Then they gonna go this way and go up and come back around because the reeds, there's all this water was right here. They had to go across it and come back up around into the desert. Y'all, all of this right here is desert. See where it's gray? That's desert, 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 desert. Ooh, the promised land is here. We know where the promised land is. He kept them out of the promised land. And then they came back up around. Moab is right there. Moab is right here. And Moab and all that is right here. It's right there. It's right there. It's literally right there. That's where Moab is. It's right there. They came up. Moses got right there and looked at the promised land. He looked at the promised land. Look at that way. Do you see? See it right there? That's why it's cold up here. That's why it's all cold. They're in the north. That's the north. And what we think is, so this is actually north. This is actually east. This is actually south, where it's very hot. And this is actually west. The sun comes from this way and goes that way. Goes that way. Sets that way. And it's all cold up here. Cold, 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 cold. All of this is cold. Oh, that's cold. That's the north. Who got the north? Who's always cold? So they can't be in the, and we know this. I'm going to show you this. Show you right now. It's always cold here. It's both here. And it's always hot here. Hot, hot, tropical, 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 tropical. Look at that. Greenland, cold, 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 because it's the north. You see that now? And we're right in the middle of both of them. We're in the middle. Don't that look like a turtle? We're in the middle. That's why we get both weathers. See it? We're in the middle. Now I'm going to show you something else. So we see what? Japhet got the cold northlands. Him got the southern lands hot, and Shem got the temperate land, central. Where's the central land? Where's the central land when you turn the map like it's supposed to be? I just showed it to you. Where? Where is it at? Based on me turning it. I just showed it to you. Okay, let's go back. Again. Turn the map the way it's supposed to be. Turn the map the way it's supposed to be. Who got out of, where's all the cold lands? Don't it start up in Canada, Alaska? That's Alaska. And go all over here. These people be freezing their caboose off. Ain't ass off. Huh? But then you go down to Africa, right? Africa is freaking hot all over the place. Hot, 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 hot. Hot, hot. Middle, above, cold, below, hot, in the middle. It's in the middle, right there. One more thing I'm gonna show you. Go back. It's not itself. It's not. It's Jerusalem as the navel. The Tanakh refers to Jerusalem as the center of the nations in Ezekiel 5:5. The Most High Yah states that Jerusalem have set her in the center of the nations, with all countries around her. Axis Mundi. Ezekiel 20 uses the Hebrew term tuber, meaning navel or center, to describe the land position, establishing its focal point as divine activity in human history. The Book of Jubilee expands on this by providing a detailed cosmic geography, the middle of the earth, according to Jubilees 8:12. The lot that emerges for Shem was the middle of the earth, intended as an eternal inheritance for his descendants. Ideal climate, while the land of Ham described as hot and the land of Japheth is described as cold, Shem land its characteristics as neither hot or cold, possesses a blend or a temperate climate that signifies its balanced central concentration of the holy sites. Shem territory contains 3 to 4 most sacred places on earth, which are described as facing one another: the Garden of Eden, Mount Sinai, and Mount Zion. Identify the Holy of Holies. Mount Sinai describes being in the middle of the desert, and Mount Zion, specifically called the middle navel of the earth. It's in the middle navel of the earth, y'all. And you cannot deny this. I just showed it to you. The central place implies the privileged statue. Jubilee suggests that Shem descendants are meant to rule the world from the central divine elected position. Let's show you one more time, then I'm going to end this video. Then maybe I can get some sleep. And you're seeing me do this. You're seeing me do this. You turn it the way it's supposed to be turned. You turn it the way it's supposed to be turned, y'all. You turn it the way it's supposed to be turned, like that. It is the center. Watch this. Cold, cold, cold. Watch this. Hot, hot, hot. And you can go up and down. You're going to end up with this back at the center every time. All of this is our land here. All of this is our land there. Is our land. Center. We have the center right here. That's the center. It says the Holy Land is the center. Give you all the praise and getting all the glory for revealing all truth. All praise to you, Yah, and you alone. Hallelujah. Woo.